Are we live yet? Oh, hi. Hey, welcome.
Let's get this show going, man.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans, by fans, with your hosts, Jesse Martin.
The Cowboys are finished, you understand me?
John Taman.
Pull down my trousers and do your job.
Scott Hartley.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
And occasionally, Keith Gray.
So many social engagements, so little time.
And now, your host, John Taman.
Hey, that's me. I'm John Taman. Hey, so I'm sitting here watching right after the Commanders' awesome victory over the Falcons. I'm watching the 49ers and the Browns. Now, the Browns are wearing all white. Did you guys see that today?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that cultural appropriation? It's always a good start when I hear Jesus John from my friend over there. Hey, I pointed the right way, which on my side is the wrong way. Hey, Jesse, how you feeling today?
I'm doing good. I'm here live from DC right now, and yeah, it was a good game. I mean, yeah, the Atlanta Falcons aren't very good, even though they came in with a winning record. But you got to be pleased that we got to win by more than one score, essentially.
Andy, what about you? What do you think? Oh, by the way, Andy Burrows down here, my friend Andy Burrows from the Bunker Podcast and everything else that there is on Planet Podcast. Now you're over there.
You've got to take them when you can. We won. I'm pleased with that. And let's move on.
All right, we'll move on down here to which one there? Scotty, good friend Scotty, who looks like he's bundled up for the winter there.
Yes, because I won't pay my electric bill, John. That's what it is.
Scotty, his little kid is asking him, "Can I please put the coal on the fire?
Can we put the heating on, please, Dad?"
Absolutely not. You think it's me? It's not me. I tell you, it's my wife. She refuses to put the electric on until it's November. But
I can understand that. I can understand. So, what did you think about the game, Mr. Frozen?
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. Some bits we can tweak up, but a win's a win. We needed a bounce back, and we got the win. So that's the most important thing.
A win is a win. And they don't put in the standings a close win or a win they didn't deserve or anything like that. But I'm sorry. I'm ready for us to start beating teams like this the way that they should be beaten and not worrying about it with the 2-minute warning and then giving them an extra chance after that. We should have been able to do that today, but we just couldn't connect on a couple of things here and there. But overall, I think that the team played well. Cody Barton actually made a couple of plays. Do you believe that? Anybody actually believe that Cody Barton made some plays?
Yeah, no, he played well today, relatively.
Oh, okay, it was you. Sorry, I don't know who's talking what where. He played relatively well. That flag on bad call.
The defense overall played well. At times, a play here and there, we bang our heads at, but listen, as we've been playing the last 3 weeks, I'm just glad that we got a win. We should all be happy that we got a win from how we have been playing.
All right. So Andy, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the Bleeding Burgundy universe over here or not, but everybody that is anybody absolutely is.
Where'd Scouts go?
I'm not sure what happened to Scouts, but maybe the fire department's involved. I don't know. So I completely lost track of my imagination there because all of a sudden I imagined about 1,000 things that was happening to Scouts, and now I don't know what the fuck I was going to say. So, Andy, what did you think of the game today, part 2? All right, so offensively, where were you at? How do you like the way they came out?
I like the fact that we opened they must be listening to what some people are talking about, because I know me and Jesse got into this on Friday when we said we want to get our best players involved in the game, and Terry was involved in the game a lot. We moved the ball quickly as well, which I liked. We started off, we moved the ball quickly. I think they've heeded everyone's advice, and they probably heard what's been saying. And let's get the ball out of Sam's hands quickly, which we've done, which I liked. I thought we started the game really well, which is good for us. It doesn't happen that often, but we started the game well.
So, Scotty, what about this quick game? I mean, we saw it working early in the game, but I mean, they equaled their entire number of sacks for the year. We are we are the defensive line of the worst defensive lines. We are the guys that they point at when they are coming up for contract. Look how I did against the Commanders. I guess.
Yeah, it's a strange one, John, because if you look at it, I mean, they came out with 5 sacks today. All of them were on Sam Howell.
I agree.
There was nothing the offensive line could do. I actually thought the offensive line played pretty well. I'll be honest with you. They were giving him clean pockets, which is great. And he's holding on to the ball. He's running into sacks as well, which are just. I mean, we all had our group chat on there, and every single one of the 5 of us here was saying, "Just throw the ball, man. Just throw it away." I mean, it's tough to not get that when you get an intentional grounding if there's nobody there. And they locked us up at a couple of times there where he took a sack and there was nowhere for him to go. But you can't be taking sacks like that and continuing.
Look, I don't mean to say anything. I can't really say anything because the NFL will come after us for me describing the game. But honestly, the Browns out here look like the dirty Dolphins. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like the Dolphins with a bunch of skid marks on their fucking pants. All right. So our friend Scouse is sort of in and out down there, joining us live from just outside of Liverpool, UK. All right. So what were your initial impressions of the Commanders today? After the win, just where's your head at? Aside from inside that gigantic hat.
Legend.
How about the size of those glasses there, John? How thick and
Oh boy, I tell you, that's how I can see that hat. Oh, where'd he go? Holy shit! I'm glad you're not on.
Hold on, John. I'll make you feel not so bad, John. Hold on, I've got you, bro.
And
I've got you, John.
There we go. Michael Caine specials.
You're blind,
got you, brother.
He's on.
We look like the Proclaimers.
Was he watching too much fucking Commanders? Well, you guys wearing glasses now, all fucking blind.
We're all getting old.
That's it.
I don't need to see as long as someone else works.
I mean, I'm not too impressed, really. To be fair, I mean, we played against a bad team, and we were just slightly better than them, and that's basically it.
He's like Captain Kirk stuck in the transport. We were like slightly better.
Where are you, Scouts?
I don't know, man. I'm really streaming out shit on my computer, man. I'm telling you.
You told us something. I don't know what the hell it was.
I like the fact that Washington's defense stood up against the run game. That was the one thing I was really, really worried about today, especially with Bijan Robinson. And we found out who is the better B-Rob, and it's ours. I think the defensive line, even the linebackers, held up in the run game for the most part. I think, Bijan Robinson only had like 30 or 40 yards, something like that.
He was only on the field. What did he have? Like 12 carries?
If that,
but I think we were stout. We were just stout on the against the run all day. I think St. Juice had a pretty good game. I think he did give up a couple passes, but glad to see him finally get a interception. That was his first one of his career, and it came at the perfect time in the end zone. I think last year saving a game for us. Was it against the Bears right on the end zone in the end zone last year? So he's come up with some big plays. So it's good to see him play well. Kendall Fuller getting that interception. That was a nice play. It was a nice break on the ball. But I was definitely happy with the defensive output today.
I was too. I would have liked to seen a little bit more out of the defensive line in terms of pass pressure. There was a few times that they were just a heartbeat away, And
Chase Young got close quite a few times.
But it really didn't put him off his mark too bad. He's just not very good yet, Ritter. I think that there's promise in the kid. He's got a lot of, we old people call it moxie, but he's got.
I think we're going to see Taylor Heineke for the rest of the season after this week.
I don't know. He didn't have a terrible game that I thought was his fault. So to speak.
For me, it just looked like him and Arthur Smith were just not on the same page at all.
Yeah.
I mean, he was sitting there smashing his tablet up, saying, get the plays coming through late, all that sort of thing. I actually think Arthur Smith is a fucking terrible coach as well. I'll be honest with you. He looked lost in that game.
He looks like he's from like a 1970s porn film. Look at the state of the guy. How do you
all
NFL play?
You've got the same kind of tash you have. What's going on?
I know, man.
Well,
I haven't really been at the wrestling. I've been making porn.
Yeah, we were all making fun.
You know what? If he showed up and said, "I'm here to fix the copier," they wouldn't have let him fuck the actress. They thought he was here to fix the copier.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why Arthur Smith.
But how bad is their play calling though? They think the game clock kept beating them.
I know. We normally do.
There it is.
I thought our play calling was bad. Some of their play calling was atrocious.
Yeah, I mean, this dude has. I'm sorry, he has zero pedigree. Isn't he like somebody's kid, and that's why they gave him the job?
No, he's his dad used to be the owner or one of the owners, the FedEx guy.
Oh, okay. FedEx. So they bought him his position. Look, I'll tell you what, they did have some fucked up play calling. We had some fucked up play calling too. I was kind of curious, especially at the end of the game. Dude, we're running out the clock. You know, I thought that we all said, why are they throwing on third down? Well, because it's 3rd and 8, and it's the 2-minute warning. No matter what, you can't run more than however long the play is going to take because the clock's going to stop. So, but the second down play, why the fuck
first and second down play? I mean, what are you doing trying to do a trick play with Samuel? You know, why are we doing that? It's fucking we have success.
Right, just call a dive. Just call a dive. Yeah. Get it in there and fucking hang around in the huddle until the clock is closed and then snap the ball. Yeah, all of this
run off tackle.
So many chances for a fuck up. It's ridiculous. I don't like that we try to sometimes outsmart ourselves with cutesy little shit. However, that said, what did you think of the play calling this week, Jesse?
Yeah, no, I didn't. You know, some of the times I liked it, but yeah, there's some definite head scratchers there. You know, and to trying to take the time off the clock, you're going to try to set Curtis Samuel up. I hated that freaking play. That was listen. We had success all day running off tackle. Why don't you keep doing that with B-Rob? Like just do it. You're going to continue to roll the clock down, but you're going to try some wildcat with Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, what are you doing? Why are you trying to get so fucking cute? Look, I'm not allowed to describe NFL football while it's live happening on television, but that guy from the Raiders right there, number 3, is going to kick himself as soon as he looks at the film of that shit. He's going to be kicking himself all week for that. So, all right, Scott, or excuse me, Andy, you're over here that way. What'd you think of the defense today? How'd you like the way the defense responded to last week's atrociousness?
Yeah, I thought they played well. It couldn't get much worse than last week, but you know, Chase looked a lot better. Payne, I think they played a good game. There was moments where I thought, oh, okay, were we going to let the Falcons back into the game? And I was thinking, oh God, we're not going to. Even we aren't going to do this. But yeah. I know a lot of people. I've had a lot of messages while I'm doing this live with you now. So I've tweeted out like I told you we'd all win, and everyone's like, we still sucked. We tried to throw it away and blah blah blah. The defense wasn't that good, but they played an okay game. It was a lot closer than I would have liked it to have been. And if you only have to look at the end of the game, if the Falcons could convert a lot better on their play calling, we'd probably still be watching this game now. It might have just finished because it would have been in overtime. So they played an okay game. I'm not going to wax lyrical about them, but there was vast improvement from last week.
Okay, so Scott, on that, all right. So everybody looks at the levels of tiers in the NFL. All right, and we have been down along the same slide as where the Falcons are. We said the same thing last week. If we want to be a team that steps up in those tier rankings, basically of just generally, I hate to say power rankings, but to become a team that's not expected to fucking hold it close against the Falcons. How do you think we did in terms of establishing ourselves as a better fucking football team?
Yeah, I thought it was okay defensively in the end. I think we put them up one more in the tier rankings, if you like, but we're about midway overall. I think the secondary did enough to get by. Percy Butler, obviously, still going to get used to seeing the field. Quan Martin on his first ever snap nearly got a sack. So fair.
That was a horrible call on Barton. That was a terrible flag.
But still to this day, I mean, I know Jamin Davis came out with with ice in the game there at the end, and he made a few good plays, as did Barton at times. But the linebackers are nowhere near, and it seems that every time today, a lot of their calls to like Kyle Pitts or to others were around the middle of the field. I mean, another one there, Benjamin St. Juste and Drake London going for that same ball. That's a bullshit call again.
Ooh, that was such a close ball, man.
Because actually, when you look at that, he's took his hands off the ball, London there. So why is that not an interception?
Right. At what point that's the thing with something like that. At what point do you determine possession? Because when they came down, I don't think either one of them had what you would call full possession.
The tie always goes to the receiver.
It does. You're right, Jesse.
That's how they squash it. They don't even look at those type of plays anymore. They made a rule after that Green Bay and Seattle game. It was in the playoffs. There was such a hoopla about it, and they said, you know what, this is going to exit no matter what. If it's a tie, it's going to go to the receiver. Period.
Scouts, what did you think of our quarterback today?
He did okay. I mean, no interceptions. Always a good start.
That's a plus.
Well, hey, you know what? He was pretty good at protecting the ball today, I thought, even though he gave 5 sacks up.
Yes. He himself, not the offensive line, he himself. And that's
correct.
The ongoing issue.
He held it too long. I mean, there were times, there was one play where, he stood back there with the Johnny Unitas.
like 5.5 seconds.
Like, dude, you look great. That's the fuck up and throwing.
Yeah. He squashed him. He squashed himself in the pocket as well. We could all see the pocket closing. And I could just see him like squashing himself. I'm like, dude, throw the fucking ball away.
He's 3 TDs, no interceptions. I'll take that every day of the week, mate.
Absolutely, Scouts.
Yeah, improvement, man. He's got to take some credit. I know he took some sacks, and I think that's 32 sacks this season, which is remarkable.
Probably more.
34,
34, sorry.
Yeah,
so no interceptions, you know what I mean? And we're judging Sam on past teams gone by, and we know the quarterback talk in Washington. He did really well. You know what I mean? He didn't. No interceptions. He scrambled when he had to scramble.
He won the game because of turnovers, and we didn't give them anything. So
that's right. He only threw for 151 yards. I just looked it up. That's very low.
I didn't think of that, especially when you got 3 TDs. You don't expect that's such a low number, do you?
No. The thing is I think that bodes quite well both for play calling and for his play. They kept it conservative. They said that this is a team that we should be able to beat, so we're going to go out there and we're going to beat them. I think it was Scott. You may one of you guys said this earlier about getting Terry involved early, dude. When he runs a slant, man, I would have Terry run the slant at least 5 times a game. We see it about once a month where he runs that good slant, man. It's just an easy pitch and catch. I thought that they did a damn good job of moving the ball down the field. They did all right in opening up the running game. What was that one long third down? Andy and I were we're talking about the draw play that didn't go anywhere. It was a second down and 19. And honestly, if you run the draw right, that's a good call because you could pop a long shit on a draw. We just didn't run it right. Hey, Howell has about when he goes back, he might as well put on his forehead. We're running the draw, and he goes back and he just kind of stands there with it out there. So that didn't.
Do you know what's won us this game today, though? Jamison Crowder and a Kendall Fuller pick. That's what's won us this game.
Oh man, if Crowder was a year younger, he probably would have scored a touchdown.
Or if he didn't look behind him.
He did. He did look as well, Burrows. He did. He went like that. He had a look back and thought, "Where are they? Just don't look. Just go. Just keep going."
No.
He was huffing and puffing.
I saw him run out of gas, but good for Jamison, man. We haven't seen that here in a long time, and that was the longest punt return that we've had since Jamison Crowder was here on the first in 2016. So good for him.
Was it last week or was it against the Eagles? I'm pretty sure it was last week. It was one of the few bright spots of the game. He had a pretty good return. And when I say pretty good, it was like 15 to 20 yards. But he had a nice return, and we immediately gave the ball back. So it must have been the Bears game. But, yeah, man, what a difference. All right, all you people are talking to me about Dax fucking Milne in August. About, look at it. Dax fucking Milne with his look where he stands in relation to other punt returners in the NFL. Yeah, look where he stands. He's standing hopefully at the bus stop by tomorrow morning. We have no further use for your services. So.
They had their punter doing all their kicks, didn't they?
I have no idea who was doing there. No, well, Young Wake was not there, punter.
Yeah.
The punter was doing everything.
Oh, the first kickoff was way short.
Yeah, it was awful.
Returned it. I was like, damn, maybe they wanted to return it. Hey, how about the Gibson? Was it a delayed handoff, Jesse, or was it that little inside screen? But he's running through freaking traffic with he's doing all his shit. How many y'all pissed?
Yeah.
How many of you pissed?
Oh,
just a
not
little.
again.
I know you're like.
Oh, shit.
Every time he touches the ball in traffic, my heart fucking skips a beat.
Scouse, I could feel Scouse's sweat dripping down his brow at that moment. Gibson up the
You don't need to hear about how you guys watch the game. If you want to cuddle, that's your fucking business. I know you don't.
You should have been in the room with us in DC.
I could feel Scouse's sweat dripping down his brow, and then I thought, "My goodness, Mr. Scouse, are you swelling?" All right. That's nonsense. All right, so you guys got anything else you want to talk about? Because I'm kind of done hosting. I can fucking sit here and bullshit with you guys for a long time, but I'm done trying to figure out what we're going to talk about.
I got a long drive ahead of me, so I'm going to be out. Y'all can continue, but no, hey, we're back at 500. We got the Giants next week. We'll dive a little bit more in detail tomorrow on the bunker and also on Bleeding Burgundy Podcast. So we'll once we let this sink in a little bit, kind of hear what the coaches and players have to say.
You can listen to Doc on the way home. You know what Doc's going to tell you. Dude. We was drinking the lemonade. The lemonade came straight out of the swimming pool, and we knew just what to do with it.
Tom Walker, legend.
Dude, he does. He comes up with the weirdest fucking analogies and names for things. I can't figure it out. The dresser was telling the spoon what to do. Okay, Doc. All right, well, good luck with your break line. All right, so that's why you never let have your
It never gets old.
Oh dear.
Jesse with the finger. That's he left.
That's left.
All right, gentlemen.
This shit. I'm leaving.
Jesse's over there doing.
There was a stunt by Washington in Philadelphia.
All right, I'll see you boys later.
See you later, boys.
Peace.
Take care, everyone.